Ooh, okay. Is my check gonna work? Test, test.
I might have to go for like 5 seconds in the middle of the stream just to go and get, because we've got a nice curry on the way.
Okay, I think we're live. I don't know if they cut your curry or not.
Oh.
Yay! Okay, and we have a viewer. Let's see on my channel if it will produce a link. It's working. Okay, and we have a viewer. Let's see on my channel if it will produce.
Cheers.
Okay, and seems to be working on my side. Yep. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. Let's see how things are working. I'm gonna wait for people to kind of gather. So, how are you, Harvey?
I am doing brilliantly. How are you?
Good, good. So, everyone, please give a warm welcome to Harvey. He is the author of Zuzu Downtown mod on Nexus. Let me just pop the link for you guys. And on Discord, yay, see if I can get the link. Yay. The pins are over the menu thingy. So this is the link to his mod. Please go check it out. And so far, we're gonna just get settled in here. Have a nice, easy stream. It's Saturday evening for me. So it's for you, Harvey. And
Yeah.
can you see on my YouTube everything?
Yep, yeah. In
Yay!
Ghibli.
Yay! So yeah, this is how it's looking up so far.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's I tried to make it as serene as possible, very Japanesey with all the cherry trees.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I moved some textures, and again I have holes in my map. I keep having to like change stuff to because I have like some giant maps.
Yeah.
StardewValley Station. Oh, I can go from Ghibli to Zuzu Forest because we're using the train mod.
Yeah.
Let's see, I haven't been to the forest yet. Wow, my god, it's working. Nothing crashed. Yay.
Always got to expect the worst and hope for the best in terms of mods.
Yeah. Sometimes I get like angry people like, why are there so many dependencies? I'm like, I do what I can. Don't bash me. Oh.
Imagine if like frameworks. Imagine if frameworks didn't exist and everyone had to make everything by hand. That would be absolute hell.
I would be awesome if the Ghibli mods would be integrated with Steam, but yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it so much easier. And this is the cabin I've done for you. And
Yeah.
I have an event here. This is so awesome. We haven't had the chance to code any events for Ghibli Town yet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so nice. Your mod is so lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, there's wait, yeah, there's how do I get there? Yeah, it would help. Usually what I do is like I put this darker green right next to this one because you don't always see where the edge of the grass ends, and I just bump into stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that's one neat trick to kind of do.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Might go with that. It's because because like everybody, I'm pretty sure, builds maps on the spring textures, and they don't blend the same as summer. Like they're very different.
There's so many people here, and are these NPCs that you can befriend or?
These are custom companions, so they just They just kind of exist. They just walk around.
Yeah, we want
You can
to.
talk to them.
Yeah, I want to do that for tourists for Ghibli Town, so it looks like more inhabited.
Yeah.
So the mod is custom companions for anybody else interested in doing towns like this, and you don't know. That's one of the things you can try out.
Kind of boxed in by the bottle there.
And I can't go into the tent. Okay. Yeah, I tend to make overly like cluttered maps, and then I curse myself. I'm like, why did I do it like this?
Oh, you should have seen the first rendition of one of the Zuzu maps. It was like a maze, but it was absolutely insane.
Cheat mode activated.
Just turn on no clip for it.
Yeah. Trying to open the. Okay, so the chat's still working. Okay. I am always stressed about the stream failing, so like every second I'm just turning my eyes to the stream health and the chat. And like, am I still live? Because it happened to me so many times streaming by myself that I just talk by myself like a crazy person, and there's like I'm not streaming anymore. So is there like a quest here that because I clicked on the house, but I was thinking about a bunch of other things and I forgot to check, because I know it was for sale.
Yeah. If you go up to the door where the for sale sign is, you can actually buy the sawmill.
Ah, okay.
I don't know which version are you playing on. Are you on 0.7?
The latest on Nexus. I downloaded it when I talked to you, so that was like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, should be the latest one then.
And it's gonna update overnight, right?
Yeah. In the morning you should receive a letter from one of the builders.
This is sweet. How's it hanging? So this is the train station? This little thingy? Oh.
Placeholder at the minute, but yeah.
Yeah. Because even by StardewValley standards, it's disproportionately small. Where do I buy the train ticket? Just step onto the... Oh, okay. Yeah, so it doesn't work for me to go to Ghibli from Zuzu.
No, when I made the train station map, I didn't know how the train station actual like action thing worked. So I was just kind of like, I'll just walk the player back to the train station, and obviously.
Yeah, I did the maps in Vector in Illustrator just to be sure. I always have like back roads and other things like that. I don't know if you saw, like, my hair and stuff like that is missing. I don't know why it happens with our map and not yours.
Ooh.
Just a weird bug that we're having.
Yeah.
So a bunch of houses here, and I'm gonna try and go back to your town as well, but first off I just wanted to kind of... Hi Turin, welcome. Sorry didn't see you there. Oh, so I hear I broke the bond again. I want to do some interesting stuff with the train station, and so I needed more space on my texture, so I just moved everything, and of course I broke all my textures again.
Oh god.
Do you have any large NPCs?
As in like most content?
More than 2 tiles.
I don't think we do actually.
We want to do Totoro like right there, so he's gonna be in the park in some bushes on another little map. And from my understanding, with big NPCs, they cannot move around like this, as far as the support mod for them is currently working.
Yeah.
So guys, for those of you that don't know, I am joined by Harvey. He's the author of Downtown Zuzu. The mod, you can find it on Nexus. Yay! Okay, so Miyazaki here is checking, like Lewis, all the shops. And currently, Kiki's in the biscuits. So yeah, this is a long way off. Like we wanna release Ghibli when we're in phase 1, but it's like we're far from phase 1.
It looks really good though.
Yeah, I've asked a lot of people to help me with textures, like to let me use bits and pieces. Like here's Amy Stardew's building. Let me just go up to Town Hall. I think that would be easier to recognize. Oh, here's the top of the witchy greenhouse from Ali's flower farm, I think. Something like that. And then the base is something I put together to match with Amy's texture. So it's a lot of stuff that's cobbled together. So like this is one of the buildings for the house, and I just put a tower there that was a silo, and I turned that into a tower. Used to have hay coming out of it. This one I made myself. This is gonna be from one of my characters from my books. I also do books and video games myself.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. I think this one's also Amy's witchy kitchen. The community is really awesome. Like they've been so helpful in letting me use this stuff to like finish faster, because otherwise it would take me forever to do any of this. This is gonna be Nausicaa's castle. Have you seen any of the Ghibli films?
I have not, but from the clips that you sent to your Discord, they look really good.
Yeah, they're amazing. Like people keep calling Hayao Miyazaki the Disney of Japan, but in my opinion he does it much better than Disney. Let's see here. Like this is going to be coded so that you can walk up that area, but at the moment it's not. Also here it's gonna be the Hotaru Cemetery. Hotaru means firefly, and Grave of the Flies was one of Miyazaki's saddest, most depressing films, but it is a work of art. Still, his most famous film is Spirited Away, and this bathhouse is from that. Maybe you've seen some art.
I have definitely, yeah, that's massive over in England. There's, like, everybody I know's seen it, but I've just not got around to watching it.
It came out in 2001. I was 11 years old, and I went to see it at the cinema by myself. The first film I ever saw by myself at the cinema was 7 years old, and it was Hercules. A long time ago. And yeah, so this is gonna be the bathhouse. It's a beautiful building. And he won the Oscar for Best Foreign Film in 2001. And he was supposed to go get the Oscar, but he refused to get it because he's opposed to war, and the US went to war with Iraq back then. So like he didn't go to pick up his Oscar. He still won it though.
Yeah.
So that was much drama back then for that. So this is gonna be Hal's house, and for some reason I'm missing a tile here. And this one, what? It didn't copy when I switched the files. So yeah, some weird stuff going on here. I have to check and see. Always something breaks, like I change something and some other stuff breaks. Of course, you know, my pain and suffering is relatable to you. A lot of people have been asking if Hal's going to be a marriageable NPC. I don't know if you know Howl's Moving Castle. Even the art. There's a pretty blonde guy.
Yeah. I think I'm... Yeah. I like the paddock outside with, like, the no water. It looks really cool.
The what?
Like, the paddock outside.
Paddock?
You know, it's like... with like the docks and everything.
Yeah, so I want to make the whole area floodable on one of the seasons, so it should be water where there's grass now.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
really.
sure how we're gonna do that, but I made some mock-ups in Photoshop for Trent to kind of get an idea of what I want. So let's see if I can return to Zuzu and show you guys how it looks at night, because the city at night should be fun.
Yeah.
I grew up in the capital of my country, so I'm like, "Ew, I hate cities, big cities. I don't wanna." My story kind of mirrored that of the farmer in Stardew Valley.
We're like polar opposites then, because I grew up in the countryside and I absolutely love cities. They're so cool.
Oh, they're so dirty and stinky. Let's see if I take it early, will Pam show up, or is like the day lost?
I think.
I think it's
I think
lost.
I don't think she comes back when you change the time.
Yeah.
You can still catch the train though, or walk there.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I would prefer to do that. I don't want to wait for her. It's so annoying. Let's see if I go to the train, and I should be able. So you say the forested area connects with the city.
Yeah, over to like the far right.
Do I have any coffee with me? It would be nice to buy some coffee in the train station.
Little vending machine.
Oh, espresso. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put coffee in my train station.
Mhm.
Let's see. So here, somewhere? Do I keep going right?
The stream's a bit behind. I don't know where you are.
Oh, Zuzu City. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can I summon the horsey here?
I think you can, yeah.
Let's just give it a try. It's working for you. I cannot summon it in Ghibli Town. What did you do to make it work?
I don't know. Do you load your maps with Content Patcher or TMXL?
Content Patcher.
I don't know.
Okay, so I really love that you have cars. I would love to have trains. And it's the first time I see your city on nice weather.
Yeah.
Oh, the pizza shop. I can't wait for it to be opened. Grimy inside. Needs a renovation.
We're thinking of having that as a thing that the player can purchase.
Yeah, I'd love to do that for Stardew Valley as well, because I would love to have voting between Miyazaki and Yubaba, which is an evil witch that lives in the bathhouse. And we wanted, like, when the player votes to have, like, consequences, like, he be kind of like the turning vote. Hey, I'm as fast as a car. And yeah, I want to do several changes if she wins. But let's see, airport, I cannot. But if to vote, I was thinking like you have to be a resident to vote, and like thinking you would have to purchase some property, maybe another apartment or something like that to kind of have a way. Cat bus. Yes, we want to have the cat bus. I'll show you the maps in just a bit. So here is the airport I made. You guys chose a different tree that doesn't fit the slot. I had a smaller one put in.
The file, what was it? What file format was it? It was some weird format and it wouldn't work for me. So I had to just kind of slide that one in temporarily until I get the other one working.
That was the simple oak tree. Like, I didn't put anything fancy.
Yeah.
Here I love that I put the what's it called? The dandelion. Like these survive in any condition. So here is going to be our little seagull, which I'm curious. Is he ever moving? Poke, poke.
I think we tried to get him moving, but I think it was another problem with the file format again.
I
But
sent
yeah,
you PNGs. They're separate. I'll send it again.
I'll have to have another look at that later.
And here I couldn't help myself. I put like a little what do you call it? Graffiti with my logo. Like Hisame was here. Like Sam's way more out there and rude. Like at least I made some effort to hide mine.
Yeah. Behind the bins.
I love this that it's on lease as well. And it's StardewValley mod by Pelux Network. So this is another modder that you can like have if you install. You'll have a shop here.
Yeah. There's you remember the mod cannabis kit? Like,
Yeah, I never tried it, but I know
yeah.
about it.
There's a guy was like kind of making just like a better version of that, where you can like brew your own and everything. So he approached me and asked if he could have a shop in Zuzu, and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure. So we just kind of slapped it in there.
I want for festivals to have in the town center like shops from other modders, and we already talked with some people, but we'll see. Like by the time we finish, our mod is gonna be a long way away.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pass here and not die. I've kind of started to learn the maps. So this is a pharmacy I made for you guys. And
Yep.
again, would be nice if we can like go on the rooftop.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
I can see the palms got cut off somehow.
Oh god, yeah, what happened there?
I think here there should have been like the advertising from the window. Maybe not a plant, but doesn't matter. Like you can put both.
Yeah.
Oh, here on Wednesday. Maybe I shouldn't have written non-stop on the window door. This is farming medicine storage. Okay. I'm out. It'd be interesting, like who's gonna live here. They have to have like a code to get in.
The person that works there at the minute, he lives over in the apartments on the bus stop map. Buddy. He works there, but thinking of having more NPCs living in the apartments above the pharmacy, maybe like the owner or something.
7 p.m. Okay, let's cheat a little bit. Give me food. Yay! Strawberry popsicle. I'll just get a pink cake because that's vanilla and it's not gonna break. Okay, I'll eat it here. And I won't have any modded items that might bug my inventories. Has happened before.
Oh yeah, the infamous JSON shuffle.
Yeah, always a joy. True logic, it's Oh, you have like multiple ovens? Interesting.
Lots of cake.
Oh yeah, and this building, I almost forgot about it. I'm really proud of that stained glass I did there.
It's
and
really
the
cool.
truck. Yeah. It would be nice if I can go in the truck and go be like vroom, vroom, vroom.
Ram the cars out the way. Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Oh, no. I was thinking just to sit on the seat, you know, like politicians that want to seem approachable and nice. They'll like sit in big cars and make promises. But I really love the fact that you have cars and like they can damage you. That's so cool.
It took me a while to get a hold of it, but I think it's worth it.
Definitely, it adds so much, and in a big city, it would be weird if you didn't have it. But
it's like an apocalypse.
Kind of Michigan, USA was pretty empty. Where we lived, we were in a small town. So yeah, it's kind of weird that it goes over my head like that.
Mhm.
Is it
It's
like
something to do
still
with.
a work in progress, or this is the best you could do under
It's
the
something to do
circumstances?
with. Yeah, it's something to do with the way like the game deals with depth. I don't really understand it, to be honest, but it's um some weird code. But I'll keep looking into it. But it's just so like, Concerned Ape. He's an amazing guy, and his game's incredible. But some of the code, honestly.
Yeah. So more people saying hi to us in the chat. Hi there, everybody. Yeah, it's really awesome how it's looking and shaping up so far. So let me just go back to. Is there any map I've missed? Oops.
There's some interior maps, and also back near the forest. I think.
It's pretty confusing because like you have streets that don't go anywhere.
I know. I think for some of the ones that we haven't got anything on, we're gonna add some like road barriers or something.
Yeah, maybe like something under construction or.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go back to my town and open up. Let's see, tiled. As I wanted to show you guys some maps. So this is what we worked on last time. Let's see if I can open my chat to see better. Everybody, how are you guys chatting up? Because for some reason let's see if I can change the settings. Live chat. Oh my god, that plate is horrible on the ears.
Sorry, I'll mute my mic.
Yeah, no problem. So I was saying this is the kind of map we worked on last time, so I still have to put all the coral here and put the shops and everything like that. But what I'm gonna mostly be working on today is going to be the where are you? Suburbs. So what I want to do for this part, of course, have a working train that's going to be animated. And either we hopefully work with you on it, or you publish a support mod for everybody, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that would love to have animations like that. What other town mods are there? Like there's Ridgeside Valley.
East Scarp.
East Carp. Tegobash has been abandoned. Stardew Valley extended, so that's free. Trent has a location like that.
Boarding house.
Yeah, but I don't think he has any roads or something like that.
Oh yeah. He has the Buffalo Ranch though.
And is there a street there? I don't think so. Last I checked.
I think it's just like a little path.
Yeah, I don't think he made it with that intention.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people that donated textures for these buildings. Like some of you will recognize Sonrir's Japanese buildings. She also helped me with buildings for Ghibli Town. She's an amazing artist. Fortunately, I don't have her website, like where she sells her services, but I'm sure she posted in a bunch of places. Sonrir, so if anybody is curious, you can find her with that name. She is on Discord. And what other buildings? I have Amy Stardew Valley buildings, and then there's Gwen's buildings, which I think she made with Yellow's inspired buildings. Yellow has allowed me to use his textures. I still have to talk with Gwen exactly which ones I can use. At the moment, I'm just testing them out to see how they look. But I just want to have like some maybe tea plantation goes up here, another little train station. And what I would really love to do for this area, and I have no idea how to do, is a kind of event. Oh, Garden Village. Somebody's telling us in the chat. Thank you, Limey
Oh
Dragon.
yeah. Got that gone.
I would love to do like an animation of cherry trees and train tracks.
Oh,
I
I
don't.
remembered one.
Sorry?
I remembered one. Nuclear plant, I think, was going to be one.
Nuclear plant? You mean a village with like an extended map for Stardew Valley, or what are you?
I think it was, you know how like Garden Village is part of Walk to the Desert, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be off one of the roads. There was going to be a power plant near the mountains or something.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what's happening with that. I haven't heard from it, but you know.
Mm-hmm. So there was on Instagram and on YouTube this video going on. There are a lot of train videos on YouTube where you're sitting in the passenger seat somehow in the front of the train, and it's either winter or you're in the Balkan Mountains or in the Alps or somewhere, and you see kind of where you're going with the train. And there was this one video that just went crazy viral with a small Japanese train just going through the countryside through an area that was just full of cherry trees. And I would love to do a pixel art animation of that, like when you're entering Ghibli Town, to kind of make it extra magical. But I don't know how you can insert any animation like that.
I think, like the best way to do it without like C# code would be like a heart event, but have. Have you seen the event for Ridgeside? You know, where you're going on the cable car.
Don't think I did. Is it on YouTube anywhere?
It's just when you go to the cable car station and you're like on your way to Ridgeside. But yeah, you could do it in a similar way to that. So like load in these sprites.
Thank you for telling me. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, you know, when you go from the big city to Stardew Valley, you get that kind of animation.
Yeah.
And I was wanting something like that, but not from the side, from the front, like if you were sitting in the bus driver's seat.
Oh, that would be cool.
Is the rich side one from the side or from the front?
It's from the side, but I think you could do a similar thing from the front. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it would be too hard and also be like a big file because it would be just too much information that's changing.
Oh yeah, it would be a massive file, but
yeah, and I don't know if it will work for everybody because like one of the big gifts of Stardew Valley is that it's like working for everybody, and so like any sad computer can use it. So, the entrance to Ghibli Town, I was kind of wanting from the bathhouse, you kind of go in through this cave here, and you walk. This one's gonna be stopped, this one as well, and we might link up with other mods that have like entrances to the train if they have something similar to kind of work it out, and then go to the left and then go to part 2 where we're gonna have like the quest of so there's this cat named Muta in one of the Ghibli films. It's called The Cat Returns, and it inspired me for the center of the Ghibli town, that round plaza thing. Like some people were telling me like, oh, you made it round, it doesn't look like Ghibli, but change it to something square. I'm like, have you not seen a Ghibli film? Obviously not. And so there's this cat from the train station that leads you into this magical world. And I was wanting to have like Muta turn to stone by the witch, the wizard's ex-wife, because she's gonna be living in Ghibli town. And just have some quest to turn him back to his old self, and then he'll let you into Ghibli town. And kind of have a quest over here. Sorry, say what you wanted.
No, I was just saying that was cool.
Yeah, I kind of have a quest to kind of dig up this old cauldron and then do some potions and then revive him and just say that the whole mountain area has extra magic juju powers, so that's why you have to make the potion here. Because it would be easier for us to code to make the potion thingy. From what I understand, of course, Trent would be much better at explaining this stuff than I am. I'm just saying what I would like.
Yeah.
And then part 3, some more mazes here, and I'm gonna want to have some bugs and some spiders to fight off, but nothing too complicated, because most people really don't like the combat in Stardew Valley, and also they find it too difficult.
Oh yeah.
Really, you find the combat difficult?
I mean, there's certain monsters, like if you go to Skull Cavern and you're suddenly ambushed by about 5 royal serpents, then yeah, it can be a bit tricky. But
yeah,
you know,
usually
couple of slimes is no problem.
yeah, those are a pain. Usually I go prepared for them, so I mean, I don't tend to underestimate the creatures. I've been playing this game for 5 years, so I'm kind of familiar with them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Turin is giving us tips. Use a dagger on serpents.
Brilliant advice.
I have like the not on this save, but on my other saves I have like the what's it called? The dragon thingy map sword. What is it called? The purple upgraded one?
Infinity?
I think so, yeah. And I have like all the upgrades on it, and I always go with food and stuff, so
yeah.
Garlic oil is very useful, so you like get less serpents that attack you.
So
you kind of have to be careful, I think. What I find most surprising is when people say that the fishing is hard.
Oh, I can't even deal with people like that. I love fishing. It's my favourite part of the game, obviously, except like, you know, befriending people and all that. But I mean, fishing is so good. It's just an easy source of income. I love it.
Yeah, it took me a while to like get used to it, but I have to admit it grew on me, so I kind of love fishing now as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show kind of how I do these paths. So you know what, I can leave it green here. And always putting on the wrong layer. I do this all the time on every program. It's the bane of all artists, really.
Yeah.
Like, always drawing on the wrong layer. Super annoying.
I was working on this thing for Zuzu, part of the mall. Oh my god, I was on Aseprite and I just kept in things that should be on a shadows layer on a different layer, and I was like, I was ready to throw my computer out the window. I was so frustrated. Really getting on my wires.
Wait, I had to I should be putting this one actually. Buildings, there we go. Come on. It's always selecting the clone tool for some reason. Stop selecting the clone tool. What program do you use to make the maps?
I use towel as well. It's really useful.
Mhm. I was using something else before, and then Trent told me like, "Why are you using that? Use
Was
this
it
other one."
Tide?
Yeah.
Mm. That I think I don't know how long that's been deprecated for, but it's been quite a long time. How long have you been using that?
Um. I didn't use it for much time because I was so bad at this that I couldn't even make my own maps, like just to make the buildings back layer and always front. So like I didn't even
Yeah.
know how to do that. So I was like, Trent, help me. It's not working. And he
If in
made a
doubt,
map
ask
for
Trent.
me. Yeah. Oh, we started working on more new fish. Like that was the first mod we made together.
Hmm.
So he had made some sprites for more fish, and I really love fishing in Stardew Valley. And when I saw the mod, I was like, "Oh my god, that's so awesome!" But the art is so bad. Cause that was like I think his first try at making any art in
Yeah.
pixel art, so you can imagine it wasn't his best. He's since gotten much better at it. The boarding house, I think it's all him. I don't know if
Yeah.
he had any help, but I didn't help him with that because I was like just trying to get stuff done for Ghibli because it's just taking so long.
Yeah. It's gonna be worth it though.
Yeah, I hope so too. I definitely like to work in stages. Like I'll start one map and then I'll think about it and then go on to something else because I know myself. I like to change a lot of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll get like a better idea later on. For example, let me go to the beach map. So initially I had the river on the left because it just seemed to me like it would be easier to put it there. But then I realized, well, let me open Ghibli suburb main. So the way I kind of thinking with the elevation and the flow, so it's gonna get flooded from this side and then it's gonna flow into this one. And
Hmm.
then this one's lowest, so I try to make it with a dark green to kind of suggest that. It confused some people, so I don't know how I'm gonna change it. And then it would come down to this area, so it would make most sense to kind of have it come down that way. And so
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm constantly changing stuff. I try to once I finish a map and I'm not gonna change it, and then I can give it to Trent. And like you can add the NPCs now and the quests and things like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. And I really want to add a lot of elevation to
Hmm.
Ghibli Town because, first of all, it's supposed to be kind of Japanesey, so it's going to be a mountainous area. I'm thinking kind of something like that. So I'll see how I do it. Kind of have the houses everywhere, a bit elevated. I really love how Miyazaki deals with elevation and just kind of the space, how it looks, and how everything is just always you're kind of looking down and up
Yeah.
and all of those directions. And I've collected so many, should I say, references to kind
Yeah.
of try and emulate that. Personally, it's a bit frightening for me. I have actually vertigo, um, so I can't look down at stuff like that. Usually, the
Yeah.
muscles in the back of my legs, like the on the femur, they just give in, and my knees give out. So I
Ooh.
cannot. Yeah, it's pretty
Not very
annoying.
nice.
Yeah. I kind of have to hold on to stuff, or else I'm gonna fall.
Yeah, that sucks.
Uh, yeah, it's a bit weird, like, because other people don't have that reaction that I do. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to look at that. I look somewhere else." Like for example, there are elevators that have like glass, and you can
Yeah.
see outside. And I'm like, I can't. I've never lived beyond the third floor.
Personally, I don't like those elevators either, and I don't have like vertigo or anything. I just don't like them. They're just like, it's not like a fear of heights or anything. It's just you feel like you're just gonna fall out of them. It's like that's definitely not safe. That can't be safe.
Well, I'm sure they're as safe as any other elevator.
Oh yeah.
Just
It's just feel scared.
yeah, it is a bit, and it's kind of disheartening. So I try and avoid it as much as possible. So yeah, I kind of have this mountain and it goes up, and then some stairs. Gonna be here. And where's the Ghibli main map? Oh. So yeah, you're gonna be able to walk here, and there's gonna be some buildings up in the mountains again. And actually there's gonna be a path over the river, and I want to put it like a big bridge over this part, and you just go into the mountains and you can reach it through this way as well. And hopefully you'll be able to put like a lot of warp places, because I think it's gonna get tedious to walk all of this distance.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because yours mod is kind of like more down to earth. Like, do you have magic?
We definitely do have magic. Mr. Chi or QI. I don't know how people say it. He shows up in one of the heart events for one of the NPCs, and he also shows up in like a secret cave area.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own sort of like little shop. You can also build a warp, like an obelisk.
Mm-hmm.
You could build one of those to Zuzu, which warps you to the bus stop area, which is pretty cool.
Oh, very good, yeah.
But nothing like over.
We were thinking of adding like cat bus services, and kind of be like warps from different areas. You supposedly take the bus. Would be really nice if we could animate it and have it like go around the town.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it would like turn this around here. I feel like the animation would be a nightmare.
Probably, yeah. But I think if you did find a way to do it, it would look really cool though.
Yeah, I'm thinking like just go front, then switch in one frame, and then go left and just not turn here.
Yeah.
But that's for a later time. Like, so I have so many ideas, and I kind of feel a bit restricted by the StardewValley code. Like you said you'd done mods for other games. Like, how was that experience?
I mean, I've fiddled around with mods for Minecraft. That game is so open. So, like, in Stardew Valley, you're obviously restricted to 2.5D. Which is, it's a nice style for the game. But Minecraft is 3D, obviously, which which is it's much more open to do what you want. And, it's just like all the boundaries that are placed on you and, modding Stardew Valley, like 90% of them are just gone when you're modding Minecraft. It's crazy, to be honest.
And you find that like easier to not be restricted, or is it like maybe overwhelming?
like sometimes it can be overwhelming. Like there's certain aspects that certain aspects of limitation that I actually like.
Mm-hmm.
For certain things, like the events are so like you can do so much with Stardew Valley events, but the fact that you can't just do anything, you've got like it's just kind of imagine in your head you've got this like massive toolbox, but you can't have any other tool ever. That's just kind of what it's like, and it's the creativity's nice. It's really cool.
For Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then for a game like Minecraft, obviously, you've got a massive toolbox, and like the bottom is just not there. It's just like infinite toolbox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get people that well, they ask me for tutorials for various programs and things like that. So I've started series for Clip Studio Paint, and I've been asked to do Photoshop, but there's so many people that already teach Photoshop that I feel like I'm not adding anything new to that. And those people usually end up using Krita or some other like Paint Tool Sai or some other program like that, and I'm like, why are you reverting? And it's usually because they feel overwhelmed with Photoshop, and I think it's kind of a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
You just need patience.
The first time I ever opened Photoshop, like, I don't have Photoshop now. I don't use it because, I'm very poor. Well, I'm not, but I mean, I don't have.
It's needlessly expensive. I don't think it's worth it. But I have to use it for work, so I have it. I have a very old version that's no longer supported by Photoshop, by the way, so it's like bugging out more and more.
Yeah. But from what I've used of it, as soon as I opened it, I thought, wow, that's a lot of stuff, and I don't know what any of it does. So you kind of just fiddle around for a bit, and then you kind of start to peter out, because there's a lot of things that you just don't know what they do, and you just don't touch them.
I kind of feel like that with, what was it called? Maya Autodesk for 3D modeling. And I've stuck with Blender because it has an easier menu to work with.
Yeah. I've never done much 3D modeling myself, but I feel like Blender would be what I use.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that I talk to that does as a full-time job has told me, yeah, definitely Blender is the way to go. For many reasons, not just the money and the menus and the ease of use. It's just the community is very big, so you have a lot of plugins and updates and things like that for it, so it's like more maintained. That was kind of Photoshop's big advantage as well, but now with Clip Studio Paint, it's really starting to eat in the market. It is, for those of you that don't know, a digital program for art, and it's specialized in comic book making, and it has a pretty good animation software version as well. I haven't used it. I'm definitely planning on doing that. I would recommend Olaf's tutorials on it. He is, what do you call it, pinned in my recommended channels, so like channels that I follow. He's in that list. Also some other tutorial channels I have there for you guys. Just scroll down on my main YouTube page to see it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really happy for Clip Studio Paint that it's getting so much attention, because I think it's a great program. The price is awesome for it. So it was, let me think, I got it 4 years. Yeah, I think it's 4 years, maybe going on 5, and I got it for $20 in November, because they usually do discounts in November, and I've been getting free updates for life, and As long as they don't go bankrupt, according to their promises, I should still be getting those updates.
Yeah.
Which I think is really nice. Definitely not getting that from Photoshop.
Yeah, it's definitely a good deal.
Yeah. I tried PaintStorm for concept art, but you have to be logged in to use the program, which is just stupid. You can use Clip Studio Paint offline, which is, I think, the normal way to go. I don't understand companies that will not allow you to use the program that you've purchased offline. Like, what?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things are like that. I don't know if Photoshop like doesn't let you use it, but I think
It
there's
lets you. It lets you. It's not that bad.
yeah, I think there's the Adobe, what's it called? Adobe something. And it's like it blocks some of the features if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection or something.
I don't know how that is legal. Like, why is that legal?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it should be. I'm glad that at least in Europe we're getting the right to repair.
Yeah.
Can be quite annoying. Yeah. So much fun doing even mods for Stardew Valley. Such a relaxing game.
Definitely, yeah.
How did you get into it?
I actually only recently got into it, to be honest. Well, I say recent. Yeah, relatively recently, definitely compared to you, at least. I've been making mods since around like February of this year. I started off with a pathetic little mod called Krusty Valley. It basically just makes all of the farm buildings really like run down and like kind of like nature's reclaim them. It's a cool concept, but in execution, I just didn't do it very well. So after that, I was like, okay, well this is cool, but changing textures it's kind of boring. So I moved on to another mod I made called Dave the Miner. It's an NPC, and he's not good. He's just not good.
Coding wise or like the personality?
I mean, the personality, he had potential, but like, one, I suck at art, so he looks like he's, just looks like a rip-off character. It just does not fit in with Stardew's art style, and the dialogue's pretty bland as well. So, for a first mod, for a first like NPC, it's not terrible, but it's not good either.
I think that's the beauty of modding. There's so much freedom in it.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be allowed to do anything related to Ghibli otherwise and share with people. Like, fan art is a very touchy subject, gray area. Like, what is legal, what isn't. I definitely try and keep it respectful to the original creator, Hayao Miyazaki, because I just think he's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And so yeah, hope he never finds out what I did done. I don't think he'll think it's very good. So I definitely understand your feelings of inadequacy on this one. I'm like I don't think he would be happy.
I think he'd be almost flattered.
No,
to be honest.
No. Now, first of all, he's not really a computer guy, a digital guy. He does art very traditionally.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, I don't think he'll be enthusiastic about the idea. Also, me making him an NPC, I don't think he would like the idea. So there are a lot of things that fundamentally I don't think he would be enthusiastic about.
Yeah.
For one of my comic books, there's this little boy that is a big fan of science. So he travels back in time to meet his heroes. And one of them is Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
So he has since passed away, but back when I started the comic, he was still alive, and I was thinking, wow, would he think if he saw the comic? And like, would he think I did him right with the illustrations? And
Yeah.
then he passed away, so I was like, okay, mystery cleared. And I'm like, I'm never gonna get an answer for that. I was too slow in becoming famous.
Yeah.
Enough for me to send him. But I did consult with the Cambridge Trinity University because the protagonists also visit Isaac Newton,
Yeah.
and I kind of wanted to know how his building was going to be like, and to make sure that I made everything historically accurate. Uh, like it was a lot of fun trying to draw the Cambridge streets. Have you ever been there?
I've not been to Cambridge. It's a bit far from me. I've been to London though. That place is nice. But Cambridge, I'm trying to think if I've ever been near Cambridge, to be honest. No. I've seen like people that I know have been, and from what I hear, it's a very pretty place, very
Different.
quaint. Well, not well, like the suburbs are quaint, but I mean, obviously it's a city, so
I've spent 4 years drawing those streets, so I kind of feel like I know it.
yeah.
It definitely seems like a nice place to me.
Mhm.
If I was gonna live in a British town, I would really love something that is like kind of small and touristy, but not too much. I mean, something like Ghibli Town, to be honest,
Yeah.
is kind of what I prefer. And I'm curious, like, what appeals to you in big cities?
I don't know. When I'm making Zuzu, obviously I'm taking inspiration from real life cities, and one of the people on the team is actually a city architect, so we
Oh,
get we get a lot of advice from him. Um, and one of the things he said was don't have tons of parking, because in cities they have a lot of parking, but it would be absolutely dead if there was loads of parking. Anyway, that's beside the point. I was blathering on. Sorry.
yeah, no problem. Like, I gave you that channel, Not Just Bikes, which I really love. The guy's from
Yeah.
Canada, and now he lives in the Netherlands, and he is a urban planner and kind of breaks down the differences, like which cities are nice and livable and which aren't.
Yeah.
So,
But
uh,
yeah, I think it's just like I don't know, to be honest. Like if I don't go to cities very much because I'm pretty far out in the countryside where I am. But um like I don't know, the sense of like almost, I know it's very cheesy, but like the sense of almost community. You just look around and you see like these shops that are near each other, and obviously you just imagine probably the owners are friends, and
mm-mm,
maybe
mm-mm. They probably hate each other. Like, I lived in a big city, big apartment complex. I barely knew my neighbors. Most of the neighbors' kids, I grew up with them, and then like I would run into them years later, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're still a little prick." like,
sorry.
yeah. But I remember, like, for example, I am a girl, and the culture in Romania is the following: "Oh, you're a girl, you have to keep these boys in line." Like all the grandmas, because I also got my growth spurt earlier, and I was like really tall. And so the grandmas be like, "Oh, you have to take care of my stupid nephew and make sure he doesn't get into trouble." And of course they would do. They were little boys, and they would get into fights, and I would have to break them up. And then they would hate me, and they would ruin my snowmen or castles or things like that. So, anyway, flash forward 20 years in the future, and my parents have moved out. I'm living in that apartment temporarily because it's close to the universities anyway. And I run into these guys, and like some of them are still jerks, like they were when they were kids. I'm like, I'm stuck with you. This is like a village. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that fun to kind of also like the roaches are horrible.
Yeah.
I would tell my building administrator like we have an infestation, do your job, get rid of them, and be like yeah, and then nothing would happen. And then I started collecting them and putting them in the mailbox of the administrator. I'm like, you deal with them. And then he actually did his job. Like he was probably tired of getting those.
Collect funds mailbox. That's awful. I love it. That's so funny.
Well, I couldn't take it anymore. Like living in those conditions.
Yeah.
And when I lived in the village in Michigan, first of all, it was too cold for roaches. Like they're warm weather animals.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any of those, and it was just, oh my god, this is so glorious. I don't have this problem. Oh my god, it's so awesome. There are no roaches up here in the frigid north. We didn't have summer though. Like that was the trade-off. It was just like an extended spring that was kind of sad, but it was pleasant. It was just not. I for the first time in my life, I felt the need of a heat wave because I grew up in a big city that was just boiling every time it was summer. Like for example, I couldn't wear high heels in summer in my city.
Yeah.
It would just sink into the asphalt. It was terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can wear high heels. You just sink, like be like sand, or actually more like gooey weirdness. Anyway, uh, and yeah, so it was kind of strange for me to not have um, summer, but like I kind of got used to it.
Yeah.
How's the weather where you are in the summer? Can you survive it?
Oh, the summer. I don't even talk about the summer in England because one year it's like, it's like living on the sun, and then the next, suddenly you're in an Arctic winter and it's absolutely freezing. There's rain coming down, snow. It's like the UK weather is so unpredictable. It's actually like it's unbelievable. Like one day, I'm telling you, yesterday it was absolutely chucking it down. Absolute, I thought it was gonna flood. And today,
Germany had some pretty bad floods.
yeah, but and then today, it's absolutely, the sun was beating down.
Hmm.
It's just I can't believe it. But at the minute it's dark, so I can't really see it. But I imagine it's cloudy.
My siblings are actually studied in the UK. My sister's there now. And I kind of asked her, like, how's the weather? Is it very British or somewhat British? And she usually just doesn't look out. She just sits inside the house. Because
Yeah.
after all, there is a pandemic. So I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
know, Google it. Because she might be like sitting in bed having her classes and be like, I don't know what the weather is outside. I don't look.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you get into? How did you find out about Stardew Valley?
Oh, now this is an interesting story. Well, I say that, but it's probably not interesting at all. But so I've been hearing about it for quite a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept seeing it on my YouTube recommended, and then finally I saw a video by, I think it was Think Noodles. He made some video about fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fine. YouTube, you've been recommending it for like months. So I'll just, I'll do you a service and I'll just have a look at it. And then, from that moment on, I was absolutely obsessed with the game. I was like just begging the mother for money. I was like, please, I'll never ask for anything again. I just want this game. It's amazing.
And it's not shooters. It's not anything bad. You can let me play it.
Please, I'll learn to farm.
Actually, kind of both my families mostly go back from farming somewhat. I mean, the Christian side definitely farmers, but like the Muslim side were like some of them were business people from Istanbul, and others were like horsemen from the steppes.
Yeah.
So they were like raising horses as a means of income.
Mhm.
So I would go to my grandparents on my mom's side, to uh, their farm, and I mean I liked it, but you know it's like the real life thing, which is a lot more hardcore and not so fun. For
Yeah.
example, shoveling the cow poop is a real thing, and it's not fun.
Oh. I,
I have a cousin that he didn't have very good grades, so they would punish him by sending him to school to shovel cow poop. I'm like, oh my god.
oh, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I don't think I'd do very well in a real farm.
Yeah, it's so chill and relaxing. Like I never get people that say that it's stressful to play Stardew Valley. Like you have none of the burdens of real life. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is so easy. And I would love to have like a piece of land to kind of grow some stuff. Like I've grown tomatoes on my balcony and peppers and onions and things like that, but nothing too serious because you can't do much on a balcony. So
Yeah. Set up a whole farming operation on your balcony.
yeah, and I've played Farville. I've played Plants vs Zombies. I played pretty much anything that I had plants in it.
Yeah.
And it was moderately fun. But there was never any like serious game that was cute and fun. Like there's always these mobile apps things that like steal your data and drain your phone and burn your phone, and I really didn't want to play those. So
Yeah.
when I saw that Stardew Valley was coming out, I definitely put it on my wish list.
Yeah.
And it was $15, and I mean I'm pretty stingy, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait for it to be on a discount. So I thought to myself, oh, I'll wait, and then I kept seeing gameplay from it, and I was like, you know what? I'm an adult. I'm gonna buy it full price.
Yeah.
Cause like that's one of the advantages of um uh being by myself. I was so happy when like I left my parents' home because like I have so much peace and quiet now. But it's definitely difficult financially, and it was easier for me back then because there wasn't any pandemic.
Yeah.
Um, I just got a job and yeah, could do it by myself.
Yeah.
It's gotten so expensive with everything. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Pandemic's
stressful.
definitely not helping.
Yeah, with the jobs, it's can get pretty complicated. But I'm glad that it's developing on the online part more and more. You're getting like all these tools. Um,
Yeah.
like some of the workplaces that I was on, like you would have these internal messaging systems. We would still be at our desktops working next to each other, but like the boss would give us instructions on Messenger to do stuff. Like we could have been at home doing it, but we had to be at the office.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it facilitated communication somewhat. Maybe I really don't see it because I've never been an employer, so I don't see the benefit of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Wally Gug. Hope I'm saying that. Hope I'm saying that right. How's it going?
Hey, Wally.
So I was working on. Let me go into Photoshop to show you guys how I'm doing that as well. Here we go. And open. Where's the tree texture thingy?
Oh god, that's a large tile sheet.
Yeah, I have a hard time deciding what I'm going to keep, so I just make room for everything. Plus, I thought to myself, well, if this was the first building I was doing, and I wasn't 100% sure in which direction it was going to go, so I thought to myself, well, if that first building is occupying so much space, oh my god, I don't want to think how it's going to be, the rest of them, how are going to be. But
Yeah.
fortunately, they're not as big. Like, a lot of them are pretty small. But I kind of panicked. So I was like, I'm making a big tile. A sheet.
How big is this tile sheet?
Let me see. Image, canvas size. So it's pixels 1800, and let's divide by 16. I mean, it's gonna be 160 tile. 120. Let me use a calculator to be sure. 100 divided by 16. 112 tiles.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. I wanted to be sure I have enough space. How I organize myself.
Yeah.
So, and also I made a grid just to be sure I have everything in Stardew Valley format. So let me just close all of these folders so I can get to the grid part. There we go. So now that I have the grid, I can put this other grid from Photoshop, the turquoise one. And I can still see it. And I press Control H and it disappears, and I press Control H again, it reappears. So over the years I've learned all the keyboard shortcuts so I can work a lot faster.
Yeah.
89. I'll just make a folder. Cherry, tree, canopy. And I kind of like to leave it in bits until I'm sure I'm not gonna need it. And I kind of wanna sculpt this some more, add some more details.
That looks really cool.
You made all of this pixel art. No, a lot of it is donated. Like, let me go through it. So I've asked the community for help, and they've been so amazing. I have them listed, all the donors, so you can go if you want some of the art for you, like the mods that they're part of to have for your game, or if you want to ask permission, you can find them. They're linked on my blog. In the YouTube videos I've mentioned them, and they're like on Nexus, all of them. Some of them have since left the community, like Amy Stardew, but I got her permission 3 years ago before she left. So yeah, let me... the fountains are from somebody, the Toji doors are from somebody, Tori gates, pardon. Pardon me. What else? Fencing is from Ali's Flowers, I think. Linden, all the trees that are flowery, I think, are from Flower Valley. I think Yellow's mod. Not 100% sure. But yeah, like some of the stuff is mine. Like I put chanterelles on a tree trunk. Nothing particularly special about that.
I really like all the foliage. It really adds to the maps when you go and look at them.
Yeah, I love having nature around me. Like my house is kind of a bit of a jungle. I found a lot of plants that can grow at light bulbs. I made a video on YouTube if anybody's curious, like to get the same effect. But yeah, if you take care of plants and like water them regularly and things like that, you can get some really nice plants in your house. And for me, being stuck inside the house and working from home and things like that became extra important for me to kind of have that. Makes it a lot more comfortable to be inside. for 2 years. I think we're going on almost. And also the winters in Michigan, like they were super long and pretty hard. So I kind of started having plants there, and
Yeah.
just trying to make it nicer. I've never experienced winters that long. Like it's kind of half a year the winters there, and it can like make me kind of feel crummy, you know? Like I don't know how to explain it. Because in Romania the mountains are very close to the city.
Yeah.
So on a good day, if you climb on a big building in Bucharest, you can see the Carpathian Mountains. They're like a little bit over 60 kilometers away.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything particularly impressive, but the sea is 250 kilometers away. And like I've been used to having those around me my whole life, and then when we moved to Michigan, uh, I didn't realize how much I would miss those, having them around.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Mediterranean Sea?
I haven't. I've not been to very many countries, to be honest. I'm quite boring. I've only been to like, I think England, Wales, Belgium, Portugal, France, and Spain are the only ones I've been to.
Mhm.
My brother's been to Romania and like
Mhm.
he's been to a lot of the countries in Europe. He's moving to China next year, which is pretty cool.
Oh, good luck to him.
Yeah, he's teaching English or something
Oh,
like that.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never been to anywhere in the Mediterranean, I don't think. I think the closest I've been is possibly Spain,
Mhm.
I'd like to say. I think. But yeah.
Yeah, my parents love to travel, so I kind of been around maybe more than most people. Um, and I do love traveling, but like the older I get, the more I'm like, I have to get out of the house, meh. Like, what haven't I seen already? Like, when we went to the US, I really wanted to visit the redwood forests,
Yeah.
and I'm really sad I never got to see those. What else I wanted? Kind of don't remember right now. But yeah, the redwoods, definitely I wanted to see them. We didn't get to go that far. Like we only went as far as Chicago, cause that's where the consulate
Yeah.
was. So if we wanted to renew my passport or get married, well, actually we didn't get married at the consulate, cause it didn't. They told us don't do weddings, which was so annoying because initially they told us they do. So we just got
Yeah.
married at the a justice court in the U.S. and it was so easy. It took like only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy in Romania is crazy, and I guess it followed us to the U.S. Oh, so annoying with the paperwork. We did it so fast and it was so simple. I'm like, I wish everything would go this easy when it comes to paperwork. That would be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get used to it as an adult when it's like, oh, so much paperwork. My siblings, with their university as well, they had so much paperwork to do. And I was kind of worried for them because I was remembering my trauma with all the paperwork I had to do. And I'm like, are you okay? Did everything work? They solved all their problems. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You're adults now.
Yeah.
Because there's a big age difference between us. So I kind of see them like little babies still. Like I remember like silly stuff they would do. Like my sister chewed my bed as a baby. She was teething, and my parents would like let her roam around the house, and she would like chew the furniture.
Oh,
She didn't like her toys that much, so she would like chew the furniture. So that's kind of how I see her, even though she's an adult now and has a
yeah.
job and everything. I'm like, oh, baby. I wonder like how my mom. I didn't ask her because I don't want to know like how she feels about it. But I remember my grandmother. She saw my dad turn I think 50 or something, and my dad went bald early on and gray very early on, while she kept dyeing her hair and pretending she was younger than she actually was. So when she saw my father, she was like, "Ah, you're old." And I still remember it. Like he was like kind of rolling his eyes, like, "Yes, we should see in the mirror." But yeah, of course he didn't tell her that. He was polite.
Yeah. Gentleman.
Yeah, time flies. My cat is now 2.5 years old, and I'm looking at her. Like, I kind of don't want to think about the fact that I'm gonna outlive her. Like I'm trying not to think about that part.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a lot of cats in StardewValley in Ghibli Town. So
Yeah.
cats everywhere. Did you put any cats or stray dogs in yours? I didn't see
There
any.
is a there is a dog. There is one dog. Well, he's a dog. He shows up twice.
Mhm.
He's called Xena. He's one of the people in the Zuzu server boosted like 5 times. He boosted the server 5 times. So I was like, I had to quickly just assemble some booster perks for 5 boosts. But one of the boosts like perks for one boost is you get a cameo in the mod.
Ah.
So his cameo was he would include his dog. So
Oh.
we made a quick little sprite for his dog, and he just kind of sleeps in the hotel lobby.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful.
and he also shows up in the block party as well, which is pretty cute.
Ah, that's very nice. It's a great idea.
Yeah,
I really love cats. I love dogs as well, but the older I got, I was like, yeah, I'm more of a cat person. I realize
yeah,
they're too intense for me. Like they're too happy, and they creep me out. Um, 'Cause I was kind of born grumpy, and they're way too energetic for me, enthusiastic, and I'm
yeah.
like, I can't take it. I can't. I prefer cats. They ignore me and they're angry at me. I'm like, that's fine by me. My cat, she'll like, I pet her belly and she'll be like, yeah, 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 chomp. And I'm like, why are you biting me? Why? I feed you, I take care of you, I occasionally bathe you. Maybe that's why you hate me so much. Like, maybe she's like, oh, this feels so good. And then she suddenly remembers, oh, you gave me a bath 6 months ago, and I'm angry now.
Actually, imagine that.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Might
it is.
possibly.
On which layer is this cherry tree thing?
Didn't you call it cherry tree
Uh, yeah.
or cherry tree canopy?
Okay. I get a grid out of the way because I can't see. Let me just change the layer colors. This one, it's gonna be yellow. Where's the flower? Ah, okay.
How many
Now
layers does this have?
um, I got this as the last stream as well. But okay. Control Shift N. So on this map, I only have 225 layers that I haven't named.
Only?
That I haven't named. Like there could be many that are named. But on the other one, I had like 500 or something like that.
Oh my god. That's a lot of layers.
Yeah, if you open this in Sprite, it does not keep the folder hierarchy or the colors. So it's impossible to work with. You can only do it in like a program like Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint that allows you to
I didn't even
do
know
this.
Sprite opened PSDs.
In the end, was it able for you?
It wouldn't work. It just said this wasn't supported for me.
Because I had somebody do textures for me, do animations, and they used Sprite. They didn't use Photoshop, and yeah, it seemed to work for them. I don't know. Maybe they didn't tell me it didn't work. I don't know.
Maybe there's a plugin or something that I don't have.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Because I know, like, for Tiled, you can't open tbin files unless you have the plugin. So maybe it's something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Really don't know what to say. I've opened, I think, Sprite once, and I was like, meh, and I moved on.
I really like the design. It's really nostalgic. Yeah.
I mean, I have gotten used to other programs, so like it's easier for me to like work with those because I know where the menus are. Also, if they have the same features, they will often have the same keyboard shortcuts. Like Photoshop set the standard for that.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure Sprite lets you change which keybinds you use, I think. So, like, you can choose to use Photoshop keybinds or something like that. But I don't know. Was that? It might have been Visual Studio Code that does that. But I think it lets you change. Instead of, like, actually just manually setting, you can just, like, use the ones that Photoshop uses. Which I think is a cool feature.
So what I've done now is I've kind of blended some colors to kind of get a color that I want. So this is something that you do in painting.
Yeah.
So let's say I go like 50%, and then maybe I want some more orange, and then I get the color I want, and then I go 100, and I get like a warmer brown, let's say.
Yeah.
So this is something you can do. Unfortunately, StardewValley is like it lets you use all of the colors. I've had to do some art for clients in I forget what it's called, the format, but it's very restrictive in terms of what colors you can use, and it's just really annoying.
Yeah. RGB 256, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that, but I think certain files, PNG files, I'm pretty sure they have like you can only have something like 255 color like saved. It's something weird, but like, you know how you have like a color palette for each PNG? It only lets you have like 255, which is really annoying because like other file formats aren't like that. But I think that might be what you're talking.
Hey Tonya, how's it going? Welcome to my stream. I was just talking about colors with Harvey. He is the author of the Downtown Zuzu mod. The link has gone up a bit, so let me put it back again. if I can find. On Twitch, I used to have commands for this, and I'm hoping I can put them back with YouTube, so I can just press Z exclamation point and have that.
I think you can set up Nightbot to do something like that.
We do not get along.
Why?
I don't know, he doesn't want to cooperate with me, so I've sworn death to him. I am not getting along. A lot of bots, I'm just not very good at convincing them to do what I need them to do, so yeah. Very difficult relationships. I'm generally pro robots. I would love to have one do the dishes instead of me. If I could just pass that on, it would be great. So I'm just gonna continuously fiddle with this offline, but I'm kind of liking where the colors are going. I often prefer to work offline just because when I'm not sure about something, it can be very frustrating for the person watching. Are you using Krita? Tonya asks. No, I'm using Photoshop because I have it and it has a lot of other features, and I can use it for 3D for 3D painting and other things like that. So I prefer it. Usually I use Clip Studio Paint, if I'm gonna be honest. I like that the most. I use it for making comic books. But now for doing pixel art, it's easier for me to do it in Photoshop because I have this grid here that I know the keyboard shortcut for it and for a lot of other things, and it's a bit more tedious to get it in Clip Studio Paint. Also the mesh, I prefer it in Photoshop over Clip Studio Paint. So they're kind of like tiny things like that when you're working a lot of hours in the same program doing the same repetitive movements, cut, paste, sample color. For example, let's say I'm using the brush and I press Alt and it switches to the eyedropper. And if I keep needing to change between colors, it's just easier in Photoshop for me. And now I'm gonna save as PNG, and we're gonna go into to bin, to tiled, and see how the trees are looking. So at the moment it's like, what did I do here? I must have pressed accidentally. Because I have a big blotch there. This was supposed to be a different color. Oh.
I like the brighter patch on the right side of the trunk.
Yeah, what's going on? I can't.
Blend's nice.
Okay, now I can write over it. It must have pressed accidentally. But yeah, I like that it updates quickly in tiled. I love it when that happens. I don't have to reload the texture. I have an ugly line here, and I don't like the other colors how they are, but like I'll do it later. Offline. You guys don't see how I spend so much time on stuff. I'm not a particularly fast artist. I do like to take my time and make sure I get like the best idea possible. And so far, like, people on Fiverr have appreciated that. I mean, I'm sure there are people that want like the bare minimum as fast as possible. They just don't bother talking to me because I have written everywhere, I do not do rush jobs. So that's kind of how I do things. And for Stardew Valley, for the Ghibli Town mod, I don't have any deadline, so I can take my sweet time with it. But people do ask me, like, when is it gonna be done? When is it gonna be done? I'm so excited it's gonna come out, and I'm happy that people are still asking about it. I'm not upset that people ask me that. I kind of do feel a bit of a twinge in my heart, like, I have been working on this for 4 years. Maybe I should hurry it up. Um, but yeah, and the another thing is that the what's it called, the support mods keep changing as well. So our shops used to work and now kind of work.
Do you use STF?
STF, what
Shop
is
Tile
that?
Framework.
Yeah. So I think they do work. Last I checked, I'm not 100% sure.
What did you used to use?
I wouldn't be able to give you a good answer. Trent
Magic.
deals with the coding stuff, so yeah.
Yeah.
What do you use?
We also use Shop Tile Framework. We have so many frameworks. I tell you, you must know from downloading Zuzu, but honestly, a
I
lot
didn't
of dependency.
I didn't even get all of them. Cause for example, I don't have the what's it called, the
Music.
no, I think because it didn't want to work without the music. I don't have the desert thing.
Oh, that's not. That's just like. Kind of makes it better, like, because you can walk. You can walk to the city instead.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how the quest with the magic cauldron goes. Like, what kind of quest did you guys put in? I didn't get a chance to play much of Zuzu.
For the sawmill that you added.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've made the builders, and the builders thing that you added. When you purchase the sawmill, you'll get like a letter the next day from Bill, the guy that works at the builders company, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll fix up the sawmill for you, but you need a construction permit, and then you have to go to the permit office to get a construction permit, and then go back to the builder's place, and he's like, okay, I can build it now, but only if you give me 25,000 gold and everything, and then he's just like basically scamming you. And eventually he finally finishes this sawmill, and it's just filled with like loads of equipment. But yeah, we did that with Quest Framework, which was pretty cool. It's fun to make because I'd never really done custom quests before either.
Yeah, it should be fun. We have some for Mermaid Island, but we can't wait to add more here in Ghibli. We have like, I mean, I have a lot of ideas. Trent has a lot of ideas as well. We'll see how many of them we can do. Like, for example, I love one where you do a quest for the biologist that works in the greenhouse I showed you previously. And we wanted to make the tomato plant from Simpsons, but like make it tomato and potato.
Yeah, that would be sick.
But at the moment, I don't think we can make a plant that gives you two different crops at the same time.
I'm just trying to think. There used to be one. There used to be an old framework. It doesn't work anymore. It got like replaced by a different one that doesn't do the same thing. But there used to be one. I think it was like custom farming redux or something like that, and it used to let you add your own like machines and like hybrid crops and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was wobbly from the beginning, if I remember correctly. Like I don't really know. Trent knows best. like which stuff you can use and not be a problem. Because the thing is, if it breaks down easily, then we're gonna get flooded with bug reports. And also Trent like has his own mods and work to do, so he can't spend his whole days fixing stuff.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like waiting to see what happens with the shops, for example, because they're going through some changes before he codes anything for them.
In this part of the cave, is there going to be like, I don't know, something like just like monsters just hanging around, or you gonna be able to mine?
Gonna be something easy. Yeah, mining. I think we're gonna use TMLX to spawn stuff, cause you're gonna have to repair the cauldron, and you're gonna need some minerals. So we're gonna try and make it easy to spawn those minerals, cause sometimes they're hard to get.
I think you can do that with farm type manager. That's what we use.
Something like that. I think we use it on Mermaid Island to spawn starfish, seasonal starfish.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And things like that. And also I wanna have like some other little quests here. I'm not sure of all the stuff that we can do. Well, we can do. What else I wanted to do? Like, it escapes my memory right now. I did do a list that I've shared with Trent, so we don't forget all the ideas we have. Custom bait is something that we wanted to do a lot. We want to have pizza slices out of pizza, to make pizza slice bait to catch the Ninja Turtles in the sewers.
That's really cool.
And we haven't been able to figure out how to do that, and we just have the texture sitting there for 2 years and haven't implemented.
Does Trent do C# code, or does he just do like frameworks?
He tries to do C#. He took some classes for it. He's not a programmer by training.
Yeah, because I think that bait idea would definitely be possible. In some capacity.
I think at some point he wanted to pay somebody to do it, but they left the community because the turnover in the community is pretty high. Like, people get enthusiastic, they do some mods, and then they move on.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to code very well, you have someone do something for you, and then you're stuck with it, and you don't know how to do it. And it can be frustrating. And I wanted to go back into Photoshop. What did I want to do? Like, I'll have an idea in my head and just do something else and forget.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What did I want to do? It was something about this map. I wanted to edit some textures.
That is something funny as well, though, because like everybody leaves the community really early. So like they join, make one mod, and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna stay forever. I'm never gonna leave." And then like the next day they're gone, never to be seen again.
Yeah, it was funny for us. A really nice person from Siberia did the music for Mermaid Island, and they did some really nice music. And apparently their village burned down and he had to run away.
Oh my gosh.
Or something like that, and they didn't give us any permission to edit the their mod, so like we
oh no.
And like the music mod, in time, when they update the support mods, it broke down, and we lost the music for Mermaid Island.
Custom music works now, though.
Yeah, it was, I think, I don't know, maybe we'll redo it at some point, because I don't think the person is gonna come back and be like, "Oh, you stole my music." Like, you've been gone for 2 years, man.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. His village burnt down.
Or was about to burn. I'm not sure exactly. Like that was kind of like their last message to us, that
Oh no.
they're leaving the town because it's burning down. And I was like, what the heck?
Hectic.
I mean, I've seen the account on Discord light up in the past 2 years, so I think they're alive. Maybe just couldn't be bothered to answer me and tell me, like, hey, yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah, I don't feel like working on the Stardew Valley mod. I've moved on.
Inspired by his village burning down, he's moved on to other things.
Yeah, and like it's a bit complicated because the person was in a wheelchair. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, how did you get away on a wheelchair? And I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask. So I was like, how do I? Hey, how are you? I just left him a message. Are you okay? How have you been?
He just didn't reply.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're still having problems and stuff like that, like Stardew Valley stuff is the least of your worries.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to do. The the train
AFK
tracks.
for 1 second.
Mhm. Wait, I have to open this Photoshop file. And it's loading. Yay. So I gotta make a huge circle here. Kind of explaining my process to you guys. And you go from fill and you change the color. And I want it to be the outside red.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
No problem, welcome back. So I'm just trying to do a perfect circle here for my train tracks like I did for the inside. And just trying to get it just right. Because I want to do like circle train tracks. For the train that supposedly can take left or right turns. Of course, you're probably never gonna see that live. 0.2505, yeah. And I'm gonna rasterize because now it's a vector shape. Photoshop doesn't do vector great, but it's better than nothing and has a lot of convenient things like that.
Yeah.
So this one's gonna be turn that off.
And he's pretty close to being a perfect circle.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, should I bother moving this like a pixel lower? Oh, no wait, I want to click on that thing. I might not get into trouble with the other textures. Meh, I'll leave it this way. And kind of try and kind of go where the other one was, sort of, because that was kind of the best compromise I could, and I have like a really wobbly train track. It looks terrible. Yeah. Oh, I saw some streets you had corners like these round, and they were pretty blurry, so they looked fuzzy. I would say the best way to go with pixel art in Stardew Valley is kind of make sure that all of it has 100% opacity for this kind of stuff, because otherwise it looks blurry.
Where did you see this?
Let me go back into Stardew Valley. There was a road somewhere. Let me see if I can show you. Ah, no, don't. scepter. Gotta go to the bathhouse and take the train, and then find my way back into that street. I think it might have been in the desert thing. I don't know. Or maybe I saw some screenshots on your preview on Nexus, and they might be old. But there was a street that curved, if you know what I mean.
I don't think we have any curving streets. I think Walk to the Desert has like a curving freeway that doesn't look. It's pretty blurry, but
and that is not yours, right?
No.
Then it's not an issue you can fix.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which bit you could be thinking of.
Oh, this is nice. I don't think I've been here yet. So pretty.
Oh, the sanctuary, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice. Do you do anything? Any quests?
Hang on, stream's just catching up.
Ancient
Oh,
creature.
the cave. Yeah, the cave's pretty big. There's a ladder that goes down into like a massive cave system if you can find it near the top right.
Top right, okay. Found it. Does anything happen here?
There's monsters spawn and like depending on your mining level, each cave has like a different like set of minerals that it spawns. So like there's like a blue kind of crystal cave that spawns like diamonds and stuff.
But if I sit here with something in hand, does anything happen?
Oh no, I think we were planning for something to happen in the future, but it's not like come to fruition yet.
Okay. Oh, must crack it open. Oh, not bad. Got some gold. I really love the swirly stuff about it. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got the lava. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait for us to do the mining bits for Ghibli Town. We have, again, a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
We would love to do like another forge and some magical stuff and some interesting weapons.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any support frame for the forge. I think there is a mod that adds magic.
There's not a framework for like adding a custom forge, but you could do it like pretty, I say simply, but like, you know, relatively simply with C# stuff.
Yeah.
If you did want to add that.
Well, there's kind of a jumble of stuff here, like every type of mine.
Yeah, each like big section has its own cave. So there's a ladder that goes up to the jungle bit, and then there's like a door that goes into a lava area. And then there's a minecart you can ride down into like this diamond cave with a waterfall and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, this is pretty. I was thinking for us to kind of do like a sort of a maze thing, and you can choose like which way to go, and not to have them all in the same place. But it's kind of nice as well to see them all. Now I get to like kind of see how it'd be like. So I don't have to do it and then see I'm not particularly fond of it and then change it. Oh.
Yeah.
Because I do tend to like want a bit of everything, and then people complain like, it's too crowded. And I try to make it easy for people to navigate, because that's a big problem I have. I'm like not making it easy for them. Yeah. Oh, quests and puzzles we want to do. Let's see. Better not touch. I'm gonna touch. This is a big screw. I cannot move these. Okay. how do I get to this part? I have to
Hang on.
walk. I have to
Wait
walk
for the
around.
stream. Which part?
Never mind, I cheated. Yeah, I would have to walk around. Okay. Ooh, this is so pretty. Can I break these?
The big crystals? No,
Oh, disappointment.
unfortunately.
Yeah, we want to add new minerals because I want to do a museum
Yeah,
with Ghibli stuff. Can a museum be done easily with C-sharp coding?
probably.
Has anybody tried to do it?
Someone did a similar sort of thing. Have you seen the Stardew Aquarium?
Yeah, but
There's that sort of thing where you like donate fish.
and they did the code by themselves because we worked with them to do an expansion for more new fish because they wanted to add every fish I think that they could.
Yeah. I think there was like a team of like 3 or 4 of them that did it, but
Oh, 3 or 4? I thought it was just one person.
I think there was one person, but they had like help from other people.
Yeah.
Like one guy at the 4th.
Yeah, because I think that would be really nice to have artifacts from the from the Ghibli universe, like pendants and other things like that. Also, we would like to have like animations with in the cinema.
Yeah.
And we were thinking of having the films collected.
Yeah.
Is there any other place I can go here on this side? Or
There's like a skull door that you kind of walk past back near some lava. Over there, there's another lava like cave area.
Ah, this one, yeah, okay. There's so many shiny, sparkly things all over the place that my eyes are going just everywhere and I missed it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely some pointers for me. I'm kind of curious what comes out of it. Yay, got another prismatic. Oh, I got 3. Nice. Can I jump?
I do think the loot is a bit overpowered in this area. So I think we either need to like tone down the loot or up the monsters.
Yeah, it's like we would want to make some stuff easy for our map as well, but then I'm playing it your version. I'm kind of thinking maybe Trent was right.
Yeah.
Cuz like he's the one that generally says how the playing area would be, because I don't spend too much time thinking about it. Like I tend to do things too full of loot or like too hard to combat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and do like different levels for each person and kind of have signs.
Yeah.
I cannot jump in this hole, can I?
No. I think we looked into adding something like a multi-layered, like a dungeon system, but it was kind of like a rabbit hole, and you know, the whole cave thing was just kind of like an extra thing because I thought, oh, that'd be cool, so I added it. So I think, you know, massive rabbit hole to jump into for a mod that's about a city, so I kind of just gave up.
Yeah, it was so deceptive with that hole. I kept trying to get into it. This is still a work in progress. I'm gonna have coffee there. But I wanted to show you guys the cinema area. We already talked to him. He doesn't want to talk again. Would be nice if he could give you autographs as a gift. No, wait. This way. The class for the kids. And this is kind of where the cinema is going to be, and we're thinking just have an animation on screen and not make it a separate room like it is in the cinema in Pelican Town.
Yeah.
Do you have a cinema?
We do not. We're adding, or we're thinking of adding an arcade. So it's gonna have like lots of little mini games in.
Yeah, that would be awesome. What mini
Yeah.
games? Are you making them yourself?
Yep.
That's
I've been
awesome.
thinking about like, obviously there's already a claw machine, so maybe like a different variation of a claw machine. Pinball, I considered. One of them was like a shooter game.
Mhm.
So like, you know, you go to the arcades and there's like the guns and you have to pick it up and everything, that kind of thing.
I want a Plants vs Zombie game.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty cool. So like, yeah, so
I could
like
definitely help with the art, yeah.
actual like Stardew sunflowers against against like the zombies from Prairie King or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Like we can do like Plants vs I don't know, something else, so you can use it without any issues for copyright. Because I mean, for
Crops versus mobs.
yeah, something like that. I would still keep the name Plants vs Zombies, because I really love the game, and I mean I'm already doing fan art and copyright infringement, so to a certain degree. Like if I don't get paid for this, like I should be allowed to let it on Nexus.
Yeah.
If because it falls under fan art, but like you put that in your game and you're not gonna be able to ask for donations.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be nice. It would be really nice. Like we could do like a version. Like a lot of the art you already have the sunflowers and things like that.
Yeah.
But it would be really nice and would fit within the like the atmosphere.
Yeah. Because it's not even like it'd be really hard to add in like the mini games either, because there's already like an, you know, like to load up Prairie King or Junimo Kart or the claw machine, there's already like a mini game function like built in, so it wouldn't be hard. Coding the actual game that would be hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I don't know at all, but it sounds awesome what you're saying.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if we could get it to, you know, it's like, it's just kind of translating what's in your head to actually making it.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock for you and 12 for me. My voice is already like going because 2 hours is my limit that I can talk.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys
Thank you for having me.
enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed having Harvey. We hopefully will have him again if he has time. Any other questions or suggestions those of you watching the recording have, and those of you watching right now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. What else I wanted to say? Usually I stream Tuesdays and Saturdays now. I will try and keep you guys notified about it, so you can follow me on Twitter to see. Let me just give you my Twitter quickly. There's the chat. So yeah, what else I had to tell you guys? I always remember stuff after the stream, of course. Yeah, you can find Harvey's mod on Nexus. He also has a Discord server. Do you have Twitter?
I do have a Twitter, but I don't really post on it that much, so there's not that much point linking it, to be honest.
Okay, then. Anything else you wanna say?
No, thanks for having me on your stream.
A pleasure.
Yeah, that's really much it, to be honest.
Don't die. Yeah, so guess see you guys next week. Yeah, so excited. Zuzu is looking awesome. It was great fun to explore it with you. Looking forward to trying out the events. And yeah, um, Trent is working on coding new NPCs and shops. It's gonna be Sophie Howl and my NPC. I'm
Yeah.
finally gonna be in my mod. The first NPC was his because it was easiest. So yeah, now I'm happy to be finally joining. I'm going to have the plant shop. Yeah, and hope you have a lovely evening, everybody, and a great weekend. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.